Okay, pleased to get to 3-0, and really I thought our guys fought hard all day long. It was good that we finally got to get a bunch of guys into the game, not just in the first half when things were a little bit closer, but in the second half, some third and fourth string guys getting in there. So that was good for our team, good for our locker room. I think Curtis McNeil's probably the really neat story of the day. You know, here's a guy that only touched the ball I think twice last week and goes in there and runs great. And not only that, but goes on special teams and I think made the tackle on the 10-yard line. So we love stories like that. You know, when guys aren't getting much playing time, but they still practice extremely hard and wait for their opportunity and pick up the flag and run with it. So that was good, and the quarterback played pretty good. You know, 5 touchdowns again and no interceptions, and so it was good. It was good to have some rhythm. The best thing was the second half. You know, to come out and really move the ball and stop them for the most part when our ones were in there on defense was really good. That was a challenge all week to put together a complete game and play the second half.
Lane, why did timeout at the end of the game?
The play clock was running down, and we had so many substitutions going on, trying to get all these different guys in and out of the games. And then the long run happened, and we were in a personnel. We tried to change to another personnel, and so then I just had to call a timeout so we didn't get a delay game penalty.
Were you trying for the record for Matt on?
No, I wasn't. There's a story behind that, and it's not your fault. I'm not putting it.
I said give the ball to Moody.
I was trying to give the ball to Curtis, and Justin Mesa, we're told, signaled the wrong signaling on the wristband, and so somehow we ended up with that play. I was just trying to get the ball to Curtis. I don't know what happened.
Why did you?
Wasn't. I was trying to put him back in.
Why did you decide not to?
I'm sure this is something positive, Scott. Somehow you have something negative about this game to talk
I'll wait
about.
on Monday morning.
In your grades. What do you got?
You didn't rotate the backs the first 3 quarters, so what was going into this?
Well, we went with Mark early. We were hoping to get up, like we ended up doing, so we could play the other guys like they did. And that was really just what we went with. And there weren't a lot of runs early. A lot of pass protection stuff, which he's our best guy in knowing all that stuff.
Going into the game, you talked up Nassib and his completion percentage and his efficiency. How do you feel like the defense handled him?
Well, he's on fire. I think he started 11 for 11, it felt like. That's exactly what he put on film. He played in the first quarter like he had been playing in the fourth quarter games. A really good quarterback. He did a great job of getting the ball in the hands. And I'm sure that they felt maybe some mismatches with our defensive line if they held the ball a lot. And they did a great job. I thought their opening script was perfect, and he executed it really well. We were trying blitzes to get there, and the ball was just coming out. He was on target, and one time on a third down, all the way to his 4th progression, and made the play.
Lane, can you talk about the Rainbow Lake Telford and how far they've come?
Yeah, really, and I would add Marquise into that story too, because they're really all the same. We talk about the 3 freshmen, and I've talked about those guys that make mistakes when you start playing them, and that's just the reality. It's not making an excuse for what happened in the first 2 games. They're going to make mistakes, and so to see those 3 guys, come up with big plays today, and hopefully have overcome that, as opposed to not playing them early in the first 2 games, just playing older guys and maybe making those mistakes today. So I think it worked out pretty well.